Why most African mothers do not want their son to date American women or Western women. Okay, I'm in America, so my example is going to be based off American woman, but I would say Western woman, a woman that is not African. If I say African, please put that in quote, because I will tell you, even as an African woman that I am, most African mothers do not want their son to date even another African woman if that woman is not from the same ethnic background as his. We are going to get so deep, you guys will be surprised. So let's get started. They don't want their son to date an American woman or a Western woman because one, they view their sons as their own lifetime properties, financial properties, emotional properties, and they view them as if they have to take over the financial responsibilities when her husband is unable to take care of the family. Do you understand? And God forbid, if that man that you want is the firstborn of the family, you are in trouble. If he is the firstborn, because in the African culture, the firstborn of the family is considered as the second father, meaning he is the father of the family after the first, like his father, meaning her husband. God forbid, if that man that you want is the firstborn, you will live to tell me the story. African mothers do not want their son dating a Western woman. Do you know why? It's because the Western woman have her own culture, and her culture is going to clash and interfere with her belief system. In her belief system, what did I say? Financially, your husband's supposed to take care of the family. Did you hear me? But remember, the Western culture or the American culture, the man doesn't have the obligation to take care of, his mother and his father or his brothers. It is not an obligation. If he does it out of, his own will, not an imposed obligation. And within the African dynamic, meaning the familial dynamics, he has to do it. It's not an if or a but. He must do it, and everyone knows. Either he's married and he has full responsibilities to his wife and children. He has to take care of the cousins. He has to take care of what? The uncle, like everybody within that lineage, if possible. And if they are in the West, or he is in the West, and he happens to be the only one in the West, do you know the type of responsibilities that this man is going to undertake? No, you don't understand. I'm African, and I'm going to tell you. We're going to get deep, because this is a phenomenon that Western women do not understand or comprehend, or they will never comprehend. Dating the African man is one of the most enduring endeavor you can ever embark on. Dating the African man, even as an African woman in Africa, is one of the most enduring journey of your life-changing journey, because you are bound to be taken for granted in your own husband's house, by the way. And I have to let you guys know, in most of the African dynamic, is the mother, she has the say-so over all her sons or even daughters, her children, especially her sons, like they own that to her. Remember, she had him. This is our African culture, guys. She had him. So guess what? No woman on this planet comes before her. Her decision stands. So why would she want, in her mind, her son to be hijacked mentally by a different culture, by marrying another woman? Whenever you see an African man being married to a Western woman, an American woman, or a woman in Europe, that woman, she knows what she's in. I'm telling you, she knows, because he will make sure that he tells her that, hey, I'm African. Oh, we get it. You're African. What else? I have to take care of my mother because, hey, he is bound to take care of his mother. We are bound to take care of our family, our parents. That's what we are meant to do. We have to. So he has to make sure that he tells that woman, that Western woman, that, hey, this is not an easy walk in the park. My culture is different. Can you please comply to my culture? If the Western woman is not willing to comply, he is going to leave her. I'm telling you, an African man will leave his Western woman just because his mother says no. He will. He will say, well, I don't want a mother who doesn't like my mother. Yes, the African men will tell you that. And within among us, okay, within ourselves, African to African, do you know, or would you believe me if I say that where I'm from, in most African countries, or most African women would definitely relate to what I'm saying. Do you know, even within the same country, some mothers will prevent you from marrying their child, or their son, their grown son, okay, because you don't speak the same dialect. You know, Africa is vast and complex, right? One African country, we have maybe 20, 60 different dialects, meaning the dialect is, they all have their own cultural background. 16, 18, 20, 30 different dialects comes with 30 different cultures within the same countries. Now you understand why the African politics is another story for another day. You understand why Africans do not seem to be getting along even within the same country? It's because of those different ethnic groups. Do you understand now? Now imagine from all those chaos to the Western woman. You think that mother will accept? She couldn't even accept another African woman within the same continent, the same country. She couldn't even accept it unless that woman speaks the same dialect as her, because she wants total control. The African mother-in-law is one of the most endearing mother-in-law you will ever dream of not having. If you do, I will say, I feel sorry for you. Make sure, if you do, I will say, I pray that she has an open mind, because you can definitely find some African mother-in-law that are open-minded, okay, that are not obsessed with their son, that do not want to control the lives of their son. If you find those mother-in-law, that would be great. Okay, that would be great. But the likelihood of finding those women is rare, because most African women, especially the one that lives in Africa, they're very traditional. Oh my God, they're traditional. They expect their daughter-in-law to clean and cook and do everything for them. So you see, the different cultural background makes everything very hard. And for the Western woman to want an African man, there's nothing wrong with that. I am here to say that you need to understand why his mother may not want you or may not favor you. I want you to understand why. Don't go anywhere and try to ask questions. I hope you come across my video and at least have some little understanding or a deeper understanding as to why, you know, your mother-in-law is the way she is. African mother-in-laws is another story, because the way they treat their daughter-in-law is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They think that their son is a money bag, and if the daughter-in-law want to help her own parents, it's another story. Oh, how come you're married to a woman? Are you the man in the house or no? The African mother-in-law will ask you if you are the man in the house or no. And her son is always right, by the way. The African mother-in-law is another story. I'm just letting you guys know. They are not easy to deal with. I don't want to say they are the worst, because the world is vast. There are some different ethnic groups or cultural group out there that may be the worst. I don't know, but I just want to know, any woman that places herself as your mother-in-law, you need to beware of them, because the intention, you know, cannot be justified, and you cannot fully trust them. Never trust them. Never trust them. They are not your friend. Okay? They are not your friend, because they think you're taking something away from them, which is a weird thing, you know. Because I would like to say, well, this woman that you are jealous of is having, or the kid is carrying on the lineage of your son, but they don't give a damn. They care about their interests, and they're jealous. So you cannot try to make someone who's jealous understand your position. It is a done deal. Just forget it and live your life. But I want you to understand why the African mother will try everything to prevent you from marrying her son if you are from the West, and also why within, even among us, some mother-in-law do not want their son to marry another African woman from a different country. Those are things that people don't understand. They think, oh, we are all African. Oh, you guys are African, right? Yeah. Africa is complex. We may be African, but I will tell you, intermarriage between African and African is complex. It's not that common. It is people do practice that, okay? You may be from Cameroon and you marry someone from Congo, fine. Most of those scenarios you find it in the West. In the West, when two African people meet, the likelihood of them intermarrying is easier because they're away from those traditional family. They're away from their families, so they can pursue. They have some independent. They can pursue their heart. They have a little leeway to choose their partner, but most of them do not have the freedom to choose their partner. Okay, because the African mother will send a woman from the village to her son. Her son can be in the U.S. and she says, "Well, this is the woman I want." If her son doesn't like the woman, so be it. This is the woman that she wants her son to marry because she gets to control this woman. So most daughter-in-laws are under, the supremacy of their mother-in-law in Africa, which is a weird thing. I can never comply or understand that practice. I'm sorry, I am not the common African woman. I would say that I am westernized. I'm so sorry. I prefer the Western way of life. In terms of that regard, I like freedom. Okay, I don't like people getting in my way. I don't like that, please. I don't like people thinking that they can control me. I am not the type that you can control, and I am not the type you want to cross. I just have to say it. So if you have the heart to pursue an African man, be ready to face his family and his mother. And the financial baggage you're about to undertake, I feel sorry for you. Because his earnings are not just his, but it's for his entire family. His uncle, his cousin, and everybody, and maybe the whole village included. I don't want to exaggerate because this is a serious matter. Do you understand me? I hope you do. If you don't, you will come back on this video. Oh, by the time you see this video, you have already lived through this experience. You are going to relate. Or, come on, leave your comment. You're going to relate for sure. If you haven't and you're contemplating, I would like to say, I pray that you meet an African mother that is westernized like me. Mother-in-law that is westernized like me, because, my life is easy going. Let's keep it moving. You want your freedom? Psh. I am the type to give everybody their freedom because I want to be free. I don't like to be kept in the cage. I'm so sorry. Uncommon theories, uncommon answer. My name is Rose, and I shall always remain the Rose that you know. Thank you.